Alright guys, so I'm going to walk you through how to create a separate world, for your subject or for your class. For the purposes of Minecraft, a world is actually called a dimension. Worlds is a separate term in Minecraft. So it's actually creating a dimension through the mod called Forge Essentials. Forge Essentials is the mod that allowed me to kind of create this multi-world, I don't know what you want to call it, universe. And I'm going to teach you some of the commands of how to create a dimension, how to create a teleport to that dimension and back to ASB, as well as how to create an NPC and edit some NPCs, put in some dialogues. So we'll do that really quickly. We're just going to make, I don't know, let's pick a subject we don't have at ASB. Let's say backslash MW create say wood shop world. Right. Normal default. Okay. Sometimes if you're gonna use a map from the internet, I would do normal flat, because what you're gonna do is just enter it in with the most basic amount of information, delete the old world, and then paste in the new map from the internet. That's something you have to do on the server end of things. If you want to try that, you can get in touch with me. But this will teach you just how to create a dimension, which you can do totally just from the client, just from the game, from the installer. So create, let's enter that command, and it's now generating that world based on the command that we gave. It'll take a second here. It's actually creating it on the server. Goodness. Hold on a second. I'm like underneath the world here. If this ever happens, if you ever find yourself like underneath the world, you can either fly upward, or the students can also do this. They can press M as in Mary, and then click here, teleport back to surface. Okay, so that'll take us back to the surface. Great. So now we have this nice open area. We're going to make this kind of our just landing spot for the world. Right here. I like this right here. Nice and open. Get rid of some of these weeds. Just make a little house. Okay, cool. So I'm going to get some wood. Press M to make sure you're in creative mode. And then press E. Click over here where it says search items. And there's actually some wood at the top. We don't have to type anything. We can just grab like some spruce, for example, and how about a door? Okay. We're also going to need a button for our teleportation block. For the portals that I used at ASB, I use lime wool and glowstone. You're also going to want a sign. Okay, let's just go with that. So we're going to use the mouse wheel to scroll. We can also use the number keys. That's what, number 4. You can press 4. You can use the number keys, or you can scroll with the mouse wheel. And right-click to place your blocks. We're just going to make a really small little like cabin here. Okay. I mean, like really small. It's almost too small. Okay. I'm going to show you now how to use the fill command. So if you're in teacher mode, you can search for an item called a stick. Grab that, drag that to your inventory. Go ahead and press 1 to equip that. And you can set the corners of an area that you want to fill. and this can be a three-dimensional area. Imagine dragging the corners of like a cube and increasing that volume, or you can just do it two-dimensionally as like a flat area. So we're just going to do like the roof like that. Press left click to set that as corner 1. Go over here, and then do right click on the other corner to set that. And then we're going to look at the number that we want here for this block. Okay, we want to fill it with spruce wood planks, 0005/1. For the syntax of this, it's actually 005:1. So we'll do // set 0005:1. And it will set that whole area to be filled with that block. Okay, to get the numbers of the blocks to show up, you might have to hold down F3 and H. Okay, if it's not showing up, do F3 and H, and sometimes it lags to show up. But those are the numbers of the blocks. Okay, cool. We have our little hut now. We're going to go get back to our fist. We're going to actually punch a hole in the wall here, and then a hole in the ground, and we're going to do the command give, and then your name. This case, Mr. JJ. Command _ block. Okay, scroll to that, place it, right click. We're going to open it up, and we're going to do the command as /edu teleport. Teleport me to spawn, all one word. Done. Before we do that, press F3. Okay, got F3 open. We want to take a look at these X, Y, Z coordinates. We want to write those down because we want to teleport our people back here. Okay, so let's just write those down in Notepad real quick. Spawn. Okay. All right. So X is -760, Y 63, Z 873. One thing I should say is that like typical video game logic follows that the horizontal axes are X and Y, and vertical axis is Z. Minecraft is not that way. The horizontal axes are X and Z. The vertical axis is Y. Very confusing. I've crashed the server by teleporting myself into nowhere a few times. Anyway, so we'll do that. We've got that written down. You can press F3 to get rid of that overlay. We're going to place another block over our command block. And if we just right click, it's going to open this again. But what we want to do is hold down Shift and then right click. It'll place the block. Okay, scroll to your button now. You can place the button right there. And what that's going to do is, if we right click it, here we'll put a sign. Scroll to your sign, put the sign right here. Oh, actually, let's do what I was going to do before, which is the typical ASB. So shift click, put the lime wool there, and we'll put glowstone around it. There we go. Ooh. Put a sign there. Back to ASB. Okay, if you want to edit that, you can right click it. Put the button now on the lime wool. Okay. If we right click that, takes us back to ASB. Okay, so let's say that we want to put a teleport to Woodshop World, which Minecraft would actually be suitable for. Let's just pick a random classroom right here. What we're gonna do? Oh, crikey! All right, get back. We're actually going to put a command block in kind of the floor/wall. Actually, how about right? Okay, command block right there. And then the command that we're going to put in is /F MWTP, then the name of your dimension, which in this case is woodshop world. Nearest player at P, and then the dimensions, XYZ coordinates. So let's put that in the window. Crikey. Okay. MWTP woodshop world at P -670 63 873. Okay. We'll put our blocks on top. I'll put a little sign. Cool. And can't forget the button to activate it. Okay. I should say that some buttons, actually, some blocks do not conduct the signal from the command block. Like, for example, the glowstone doesn't. The lime wool does. I just put the glowstone there because it calls people's attention. Anyway, so right-click this. It'll take us to those coordinates in woodshop world. So we've created this hut. We've created a little world. Okay, great. What can we do now? Well, let's put an NPC in. First of all, let's put a crafting table in. It's woodshop world. Probably want the students to do some crafting. And we're going to put a crafting table and a crafting NPC. All right, how are we going to put the NPC in? We're going to press E. Going to search for an item called an NPC wand. This guy right here actually looks like a little broom. Drag that to your inventory. Okay, just press escape. And what we're going to do is right here, anywhere nearby, we'll place, if we right click and back up, we'll just see it's placed a random NPC with a random name. Okay, we can right click holding the wand again to edit that NPC. We can delete him like this. Poof, gone. We can place another one like this. Okay. We will put the name as, I don't know, Willie the Woodcrafter. And his title is Master Woodcrafter. Sure. Texture down here is what he looks like. Model and texture, it defines what they look like, size too. Go to select. Here, let's put this full screen again. There are a lot of textures saved within the client that I put out that are free to use. You can choose a lot of different ones here. I know there's one that looks like a craftsman. Let's see, Miner and Steve. There are a lot to use. Trader Steve, let's do that one. But just so you know, this is the human mail folder right here. These are saved in the client side. Double click here. It'll take you back to the textured directory. You have a lot to choose from. I've put out a lot that are specific to Thailand, to China, and to Hispanic stuff for Spanish World. There's a lot for World of Humanities here in the history folder. I think that's the one he used for Confucius. Anyway, we'll go back to human mail. It was Steve Trader. Tradesman Steve. There we go. All right. Back. Get back up and just look. We've made Willie the Woodcrafter. Great. So let's give him a dialogue. All right. We're going to right-click him again with the NPC one. Go to Global. Dialogue. Go to Add. It will add a new entry where it will say New. Scroll down to New. Double-click New. Rename to your NPC, Willie the Woodcrafter. Okay, great. Now we're going to find him right here. You can input with other languages. People have made Chinese, Thai, Spanish language NPCs. So highlight him, Willie the Woodcrafter, and press Dialogues. And go to Add. Just add a few. Add a few. And we're just going to rename them dialogue 1, 2, 3, and 4. D1, D2, D2, D3, and D4. Okay, so the whole like anatomy of the dialogue page is there's a dialogue text, which is what the NPC says when you greet them. There's the dialogue options, which are your response options, and each option will allow you to link to another dialogue page, another thing that the NPC says in response. And then on that page, you'll also have different options. So it's kind of almost like an HTML page of like links kind of linking to each other. I'll show you kind of what I mean. We'll set up the first dialogue page. So what we do here is we'll highlight the first dialogue page, D1, dialogue text, edit. Click and start typing hello, do @p, that's the variable for nearest player, comma, welcome to the world of wood crafting. Okay. Maybe someday if we do wood shop at ASB, somebody can use this. All right, go to dialogue options. We're just going to say here, this is your actual response, what you say. What can you tell me about wood crafting? Okay. And we're going to go down here where it says option type, leave that as dialogue, and go to select dialogue. Click on that. We're going to find Willie the Woodcrafter, the dialogue that we just, the NPC dialogue that we just made. All right. Click on, now, D2. Okay, that's what this links to. If we choose this option, we link to dialogue page 2. So, what can you tell me about wood crafting? All right, well, let's go to dialogue page 2. Edit. Wood crafting is the skill of turning wood into objects. I'm not a wood crafter. All right. We'll do can you give me something to start crafting woodcraft? I don't know. And then we'll just make this link to dialogue page 3. All right, awesome. Okay. Okay, so dialogue page 1. Welcome to the world of woodcrafting. Our responses are, what can you tell me about woodcrafting? I always put an exit response, something like, I have to go. So go. And then option type, put it as close. Okay. Dialogue option 2 tells us the response to that. Our dialogue options here, can you give me something to start wood crafting? We'll put in another one, sorry, I gotta get going. Close. Okay. So we had asked him on dialogue page 2, can you give me something to start wood crafting? Dialogue page 3, we'll just go here and say, yes. Would you like birch wood or spruce wood? Okay, close. Now we need to get the numbers for birch wood and spruce wood. If we're in creative mode, we can press E, search, and if you don't see these numbers when you hover over the number 001/numbers, press F3 and H at the same time, and it should show up. Sometimes it lags. Just give it some time. It'll show up eventually. So go ahead, and what you want to do is for, what are we doing? Spruce and birch. For wood in general, it's 0005, and then you have the type of wood, which is like 1 and 2. spruce and birch in this case. It follows a different type of syntax for the give command that we're about to use, so I'll just do it for you. Go back to the dialog. Willy, dialog 3, right? Yeah. Here we'll say spruce wood, please. And we're going to do option type. Oh, sorry, option dialog. What am I doing? Dialog page 4. Okay. Good. We're actually going to add another dialog page. We're going to need one more here. D5. Okay. Go back to D3 to our response options. Birch wood, please. And we'll link that to page 5. Great. Okay. Now, what are we going to do on each of those pages? We're going to give them the wood. How are we going to do that? I'm going to click here. First of all, we're going to add the text. Here is your spruce wood. Okay. Then we've also got, here is your birch wood. Oh, sorry, what am I doing? Here is your birch wood. Okay. So here, where it says, here's your spruce wood, we're going to give them the spruce wood through a console command on the dialog page, which is down here, show more, console command edit. The syntax, so spruce wood was 00051, so we're going to do give at p 0005, and that's just wood. We're going to say 64, how many, and then the type of wood, 1. Okay. All right, so let's see if that works. Wood crafting. There we go. Here is your spruce wood. Okay, so we just check that. You were given spruce wood planks, 64. Perfect. All right, let's finish up the dialogue. Go back, dialogues, find Willy. All right, dialogue 3. We didn't add any response. Sorry, dialogue 4. We didn't add any response. We're just going to add an exit response, something like, thanks. And then just close it there. Great, we're going to do the other thing for birch, excuse me. I don't know why, sorry. Thanks, close. And the command we're going to put here is give at p 005, which is wood, 64, which is the number, and then the type afterward, which is 2 for birch. Okay. And we should be good to go with Willy the Woodcrafter. Let's see. Let's clear our inventory. Just run through and make sure he actually gives us the items. What can you tell me about woodcrafting? Woodcrafting is the skill of turning wood into objects. Can you give me something to start woodcrafting? Yes, would you like birch wood or spruce wood? Spruce wood or birch wood, please. Spruce wood. Here's your spruce wood. Thanks. Now we have 64 spruce wood in our inventory right here. Bingo. Let's run through it one more time. Birch wood. Ah, thanks. Now what have we got? 64 birch wood. Okay. Guys, that's a really basic example of something you can do for an interactive NPC. There are all kinds of things. I mean, it's really kind of infinite. It's just an excellent platform for anything you can think of. So I hope this has helped you kind of get some ideas of how you might be able to incorporate it into your classroom. Any questions, like I said, you're welcome to reach out. I'm happy to help. Hope you've enjoyed this. All right, thanks. Bye.